There's no doubt that the first Oculus Rift dev kit is incredibly impressive. Everyone I've demonstrated it to has become convinced that virtual reality is the future of entertainment. However, in its current state, it can also be difficult to play games for long periods of time. The low resolution screen, refresh rate, and lack of positional head tracking is fine for short periods of play. Unfortunately though, most people find it tough to get into meatier games due to the inevitable nausea after about 20 minutes or so. Because of this, I've compiled a list of the best experiences for the Oculus Rift. These are short, one-shot titles that best show off the dev kit in its current state, perfect for demonstrating the Rift to friends and family. At number 5 is Blocked In. This is about as basic an experience as you can get, and it's the game that I'll always show to people first. The entire experience involves being sat in a chair, while watching Tetris blocks fall from outside your window. There's no movement beyond looking around with your head, so there's zero risk of motion sickness. The art style is very nice, with the chunky graphics complementing the low resolution screen. Because you're most likely going to be sat down while playing it, it's also very immersive. The desk in front of you appears very real. I've seen many people reach out to grab the objects. There's not much else to say about Blocked In, but it's a solid starting point, and a great introduction to virtual reality without the risk of nausea. I'm breaking the rules a bit by including Star Citizen in this list. It is, or rather will be, a full game. It's still a long way from release though, and the hangar module is just a snippet of what's to come. Oculus Rift support for this walk through a spaceship hangar was only added in the last few days, and while still a little bit buggy, it looks pretty amazing in the Rift. From a graphics perspective, Star Citizen is shaping up nicely, and the hangar module offers one of the most realistic looking experiences for the Rift. The hangar module doesn't have much to it beyond walking around the hangar and climbing into ships. It's great for giving an idea of how bigger budget titles designed for the Rift might look in the future though. Most stuff released for the Rift so far is by small teams or individuals, beyond games retroactively given Rift support, so it's nice to see some high production values. You'll need a beefy setup to run this game on the Rift though, and backing Star Citizen on the official site is currently the only way to get access. For most people, Tuscany was their first experience walking around in the Oculus Rift. However, number 3's entry, Malfunction, is a lot more exciting. Malfunction takes place in a high-rise flat in Warsaw. Something about the lighting and environments is extremely immersive, and it gave me a far more realistic impression of presence than titles like Tuscany and Ocean Rift. It also features a full-body model for the player, which helps the illusion. While Malfunction initially appears fairly innocuous, it's quickly made clear that everything isn't quite as it seems. After a note warns you not to trust your wife, you're left to figure out how to deal with the situation. It's a very short experience, but it packs in a nice bit of surprise and tension. There's some puzzling and searching in the vein of the classic point-and-click adventures. This is a genre very well suited to virtual reality, and this little title makes me hope for a big resurgence of this style of game. Created by just one guy, it's possible that the Boiler Room is only so high on this list at number 2 due to my love of Hayao Miyazaki's films. Spirited Away features some incredible environments, and developer Nick Pittum has managed to do an incredible job of bringing one of them to the Rift. The Boiler Room puts you into the body of Spirited Away protagonist Chihiro, as she steps into the boiler room for the first time. This is obviously a labour of love, with hundreds of tiny details accurately included in the scene. There's no direct interaction with the environment, but it's still amazing to watch the soot sprites running between your legs, and Kamaji operating the various levers and valves. Best of all though is the ability to look around the room at your leisure, without being constrained by the linearity of film. A film with such a sense of discovery and exploration as Spirited Away is perfect for this format. Pittum is holding votes on his blog for the next scene, with the cat bus scene from Totoro currently at the top of the results. It's a very novel experience to literally step into a scene of one of your favourite films, and I absolutely cannot wait to see more of this type of thing in the future. Titans of Space is without a doubt my pick for the best experience on the Oculus Rift. Putting you in a one-man spacecraft, Titans of Space gives you a tour of our solar system, before showing off some of the largest celestial bodies in our universe. This is more of an educational experience than anything else. Not just because you'll learn new information, but also due to the completely unique perspective that Titans of Space gives. On an ordinary screen, it's impossible to put across just how impressive Titans of Space is. However, I've never had the scale of our universe better illustrated to me than through Titans of Space. From perching in front of our sun to sweeping past the rings of Saturn, there are many unforgettable moments. This amazing project was developed by just one person, so I can only imagine the potential for a similar experience backed by an organisation like NASA. Titans of Space successfully shows that the Oculus Rift isn't just a device for playing video games, and is a completely unmissable experience.